Hello, my name is B.J. Roberts. I am a boat captain, United States Coast Guard Master Boat Captain. I run a sailboat charter service out of Orange Beach, Alabama. The vessel that I run is a 29-passenger U.S. Coast Guard certified multi-passenger sailboat charter service. We mostly do day sails and afternoon cruises and sunset cruises. The boat that I run has actually been sailing and been chartering for quite a number of years, 26 or 27 years this year in service. The vessel's name is Daedalus. Daedalus has been in the sailboat charter service about 26 to 27 years. That makes her the oldest sailboat charter. I originally learned to sail in the Boy Scouts as a kid. It was a merit patch, one of those things that I did one summer. They were doing some, canoeing and some camping and some fire starting and stuff like that that you learn to do as a boy. I was about 12, 13 years old, and we got a little 11-foot sunfish, and we learned some basic sailing, and it kind of just grew on me from there. Being on the boat, that adventure of letting the wind take you and that type of thing. As a teenager, I grew into a man and still enjoyed sailing very much. I ended up buying a couple of different sailboats that I kept on a large lake in North Georgia. Several years ago, I became ill. I got sick. I was diagnosed with cancer, and I spent a lot of time in the hospital, radiation treatment and stuff like that, and there was times when I couldn't even be around other people because of the amount of radiation, the amount of stuff I had. One of the things that I was able to do is to get released from a hospital and go and stay on a boat out in the harbor, because I would have to remain away from people. So I would get the boat stocked by someone else to put stock and supplies and stuff on the boat, and then I would just go down to the boat and stay on the boat and wouldn't leave for weeks at a time. That became kind of a safe harbor for me to be able to stay on the boat, and that was kind of a way that if I was going to take this different types of treatment, I could stay on the boat and not have to stay in the hospital. It was kind of my freedom away from my illness, was being able to get my treatment and get what I needed, not have to stay any longer than what was necessary in the hospital. And as long as I had a place to go where I could be away from people, then the hospital would release me. And so I've spent a lot of time, really, really tough time, really hard times of my life, on a boat, on a sailboat, out in the water, basically locked away or kept away from other people. The fact of being on the boat and being able to sail and be away was kind of a ticket for me for freedom, kind of the ultimate freedom. And I guess that's what, as a man, I become to see sailing as. It was no longer a hobby. It was now a way of life. It was my way to get out of the hospital, and it was a chance for me to actually be 100% free. At any given time, I could have untied those lines, and I think that was kind of a relieving point for me. When you have a sickness or an illness and you're fighting, you kind of need something to drive for. You kind of need something to, you want to live, but it kind of gives you something. It kind of gives you a bit of comfort to be able to leave and never come back. That chance to infect others with the feeling of sailing is a very proud time for me. I plan to live by the lines of the sails for the rest of my life.